Hola guys and girls, and welcome to GBA Week 11. The Borussia Donphan are facing off against the San Francisco Arcaniners, coached by SceptileMC, my friend George. We already faced in Week 3, I think. We are definitely faced already. There we sadly lost to him, and now we are back in a very important match for either George, because I think if he wins, he clinches playoffs. I'm not quite sure about that. Don't quote me on that, but I think he does. And either way, like, he is still in the race for playoffs. Even if he does not clinch the spot, he still needs his win to get his way into the playoffs. And we are in a kind of more desperate situation. If we lose this match, we are basically out of playoff contention. There is still a very tiny, small mathematical, is that the right word? I don't know. Chance that we get in, but that involves us 6-0ing top and Gator getting 6-0 2 times, so, or at least losing very high, so we don't really can count on that. And yeah, depending on how this week's match of Gator goes, it's definitely the out for us if we should lose right here. If we win though, we still have a very nice shot at winning, not winning the league, and we have very nice chance of getting the playoffs and then maybe win the league, hopefully. But yeah, that is the history of the match. Last time we faced, it was a pretty close game, not that close, due to some unfortunate hacks on my part. I got crit on the skull and my SceptileMC Rotom, my Iron Tail miss, and all this good stuff. Could have been a lot closer, so I'm confident that we definitely can pull out the win versus George. But yeah, before we go into the whole team preview thing, let's get the usual shoutouts going. Shoutouts to Potato Jim for recording this match for me. So far, great help throughout the season. Definitely check him out. He is the coach of the Pineco Ramblers in the PPL. The season already started. Definitely hit him up for some league content. And Jenning this time was not booked. It was the Blue Rogue on Twitter. His channel and Twitter will be description as well. The fastest Jenner in the lands. Definitely, like, I never had a Jenner who was this quick. So yeah, very nice job for you out there, Blue Rogue. And yeah, now going into team preview, my team. If you want to know more in detail what is my team all about, what are the sets, what are the spreads, why this, what are his spreads, what is my thought process going into this match, check out my team builder I uploaded yesterday. Link to that is in the description. But for all which do not care enough or just don't have the time to watch team builder, very slim, undetailed rundown through my team. First of all, we got Spadef, Rocky Helmet, Rotom, Substitute Call Mine, Celebi, Assault Dash, 4 attacks, Heracross. Then we got Trick Room, Margiana, 3 attack with Ghostium Z. There we go, 4 attacks, 3 attacks with Trick Room, of course. Then physically defensive Donphan and physically offensive Ladias. Now looking at George's team, we brought the Mew, the Garchomp, the Miss Mages, the Miancho, the Raikou, and the Togekiss. And the first thing I notice, and the first thing I'm screaming at my DS at, is why the hell is there no Registeel? He did not brought his one Steel type, and I got a clip for you to cue right here.
Lars, if they have 3 Steel types and you get coverage for all of them with a Magearna, then run the coverage for the Steel types because they're all coming, because no one can over prep for a Magearna. There's never enough prep for a Magearna. They're all coming. They're all coming.
And yeah, no Registeel. Absolutely, I was baffled. Like, no Registeel. It stops so much on my team. It's good for Ladias, it's good for Neolego, it's good for good for my Margiana as well. And yeah, George made a very nice read on his end. I want to call it on not bringing Registeel and me prepping for it, and like not bringing Neolego, because look at this team and Neolego, like everything. I made the cards, and even the Spadef Mew or Spadef Garchomp. Spadef Garchomp is actually the best you could have for my Neolego. Looking at that team, everything is free, at least free at KO with Sludge Bomb or Power Jam. Not talking about coverage moves I would potentially run. I mean, if I would bring Neolego, I'd probably have Dazzling Gleam and Hidden Power Fire. Hidden Power Fire wouldn't be useful with anything, but Dazzling Gleam helps, of course, versus the Garchomp. So yeah, he made a hard read on me not bringing Neolego, it seems, because that would have destroyed the team. Would have loved to brought that set, that Mon versus this squad, of course. With Registeel, it's a different story, but yeah, there's no Registeel. So yeah, physical Ladias, sadly not that impressive with this team. Of course, it will help if that is an Assault Dash Raikou. It will help versus Demon's Mages and Togekiss. Last time he didn't brought it, it was a possibility because of my Heracross, so that is annoying. Togekiss, I will need to keep my Rotom healthy to have a switch into that. I need to scout out a set, like if he has Air Slash Fire move, if he has Fairy move, Air Slash, Fairy move, Fire move, like any combination of those. I expect those, and the other 2 moves probably like Roost and Defog. The Mew, probably the similar set to last time, but now with something to hit my Donphan at least. That's what I'm expecting. Garchomp, last time he brought the Rocky Helmet, Rough Skin defensive Garchomp. I don't really know for what, but he might bring it again. For again, I don't know what. Then Miss Mages, probably offensive. I guess it will probably have the Cold Berry for because with the Cold Bay, it's a very nice switch into my, Heracross. I don't know exactly, could be more defensive, like Max Speed with Pain Split utility, Will-O-Wisp, or just straight for attacks offensive. I don't know. Mienshao probably, if Garchomp is not Scarfed, I'm guessing that the Mienshao is Scarfed. If not, Mienshao could be live for practice just to hit hard. Mienshao is a very nice wall breaker versus my team, and Donphan I definitely need to keep healthy because it's pressured a lot by both the Garchomp and the Mienshao. And then Raikou is on paper the biggest threat to my team if he is a Calm Mind variant. If he's a Salt Blast, more difficult to take down, but not as threatening offensively, and same if he's Scarf or Specs. I take those over being the Calm Mind variant. But yeah, that's his team. Like I said, very surprised Noxie and Registeel definitely threw me off. My team is not that well suited for a team without Registeel, the things he brought, because obviously Celebi can't sit up on that. My Earthquake from Latias is not that important because he brought neither the Entei nor the Registeel, which both was my Latias is 4, and I would have preferred having Flash Cannon, seeing that on my Magena, seeing that he has the Togekiss. But yeah, either way, going to match, I still think, even though my matchup on some moments is not that great, but my Magena still have the potential to pull through. Like with Shadow Ball, I hit the Mew, I hit the Miss Mages super effectively. With Never Ending Nightmare, I have a chance to KO even the Mew with a regular Shadow Ball. Then of course, it's definitely for the Garchomp, for the Mienshao, and then I only have to weaken the Togekiss and the Raikou a bit to kill them both off with, like, for example, an Dazzling Gleam is the most super active hit I have. So getting rocks up is going to be a high priority on my team to wear those two things down and potentially sweep with my Magenta, because that still is looking like a huge threat versus his team. So, looking at the match, surprise, decide to leave my Road to Meme. It's called Road to Meme, and I think by now it's even a meme. I always lead up with it, but it has a nice matchup. If he leads, like its most likely lead, I could see either the Mew to get up rocks early, because looking at his team, Mew and Garchomp are his only rocker. And if he leads Garchomp, I can burn that thing. If he leads Mew, I can just Volt Switch out, because I can scout out what kind of Mew it is. If it's the same Mew as last time, he can't really touch me, and I can just Volt Switch out. If he leads his Togekiss or with Raikou, I of course have a nice matchup versus as well. I have a nice matchup versus the Mienshao, because most likely will just U-turn out versus me. That gives me some Rocket Helmet damage, and then I can Volt Switch out, getting momentum. If he should go into it, I probably would Will-O-Wisp and not Volt Switch, predicting him the Garchomp coming in. The only thing I would... no, I wouldn't really switch out with Major because of Def as well. So yeah, Road to Meet has a very nice leading matchup, because it can basically Volt Switch versus anything or burn the things I don't want to Volt Switch out on. So that's what I'm doing, exactly that. Road to Meet is just a great lead overall, because of course on the first turn of the match there are no rocks up yet, so I don't have to worry about that. It's like the big weakness of Road to Meet. Big fan of it throughout the season. Loved it more than I would expect it to, but yeah, with rocks it's of course not as good anymore. So I will lead the Road to Meet, and he will lead with his captain, which is none other than his Mew. And like I said, with Mew, I don't want to burn that. I want to Toxic this thing with my Latias, because that is of course better than having a burn on it. But he actually Toxics me. So he is probably a similar Mew, but he decided that Toxic is his thing. He wants to save my Donphan with his very smart choice, because Toxic can basically Toxic my whole team barring Magena, and he will probably still have Earthquake. And he can Toxic my Leonardo as well, but yeah, like I said, Earthquake. From the voltage damage, I can tell, yeah, that is the Def Mew, and I can slide straight out into my Heracross. He shows leftovers, and yeah, that's looking like a very similar move to last time. I'm just firing off a knockoff right here, even though like he could switch in his Mages, he could switch into Togekiss, whatever his switch into this thing is. Knockoff is the safest play, of course, because it gets rid of items, it hits the Muse perfectly, and he decides to go with his Togekiss. I go for the knockoff, get rid of his leftovers, and from this damage I can tell that is indeed a physically defensive Togekiss, so that is his thing to take on my Heracross. So, of course, he's not in range of Stone Edge yet, and he will just Okuma with Air Slash, so I will switch out right here into my Rotom Heat, taking those hits, and he Baton passes out, so he has Baton Pass. So that means one coverage moves for him less, probably defog on the Mew, but yeah, very nice move on him to grab some momentum, and he goes right back into his Mew, most likely to get up rocks. Like, he's a defensive Mew, and the best thing he could do with me is Toxic me first turn, so I will just Volt Switch out once again. And yeah, I expect him to get up his rocks, so I can get a switch into something else. But since he's fast, I will of course get a slow Volt Switch. And yeah, there they are, the rocks, which I have to get rid of very early if I want to keep my Rotom around, which is very important for some of his mons. So I will just Volt Switch out right here, get some chip damage, let's call it chip damage on this Mew, and I will switch out right here into my Celebi, because seeing his set that he is Toxic, he will Earthquake, Recovery, and Stealth Rock, I can get a free sub up right here on his potential Toxic. So, and then start Calm Minding or attacking and all this good stuff. So I want to get a free sub up right here. But Judge, after this leftover turns, does not quite do that I expect. What I can see right here is that he withdraws, actually not tries to go for Toxic versus me, so he probably saw this stuff coming. I mean, it was not that obvious switching it in. I could have gone for our Primal Premium, my own rocks, all this good stuff. But yeah, I go for Sub, he goes with his Togekiss sadly, and with Giga Drain Earth Power I can't hit that thing too hard, but since it's always there's no point in Coal Mining up, but I can scout what his attacking moves are, like Fire Move, Fairy Move. What are his attacking moves with me? I can just go for free Giga Drain, because recovery is nice, and Earth Power obviously does nothing. Like I said, Coal Mining up, it does not make sense yet, barring he has no move to hit me super effectively. Like only Dazzling Gleam, and has like Roost, Defog, Dazzling Gleam, Baton Pass, but he has the Air Slash, so yeah, that definitely can break my sub. I can potentially set up on that later, because the defensive Air Slash from Togekiss does not do too much to my Celebi, but it's definitely way too early yet to do that. So I will switch out right here, right back into my Rotom, because even though rocks are up, I'm Spadef and I can take this Togekiss on for days. But George right here will make another nice read on me, switching out into my Rotom and goes for Baton Pass once again. You will see in a minute, spoiler alert, there is the Baton Pass. The spoiler alert was a bit late, but yeah. So now he has a free switch into his Mienshao, and George is doing a very, very good job on keeping the momentum in his favor and keeping the momentum up. So that's why I will try, pause it right here, and I will try to make a play as well to get the momentum back in my favor. Because if the match keeps going like that, with George having the momentum, this time having actually offensive momentum, last time he used it more defensively to get up rocks, and now he has his Mienshao in, which is of course a pretty decent threat to my team. Not yet, and though, because I still have all my checks at good health, and that's exactly why I want to make a prediction right here. My Rotom, because it's Spadef, is in range of a reckless high jump kick from Mienshao, even if he's just Scarf Jolly. But because all my free high jump kick switch-ins, which are my Celebi, my Latias, and my Donphan, all at full health, I'm actually going to predict him here to go for the U-turn, because that will hit my Latias super effectively, that will hit my Celebi super effectively, and if I should put in the Donphan, which is like the more safer switch, and he can keep his momentum up, because that seems to be the theme of his play so far. He has rocks up, I will get chipped down through momentum, so I'm actually gonna try to make a play right here and go for the Will-O-Wisp on his U-turn, because if he sees that I'm staying in, definitely will predict me to go for a Volt switch, and then I can potentially get a burn on his Garchomp switch in. So that's why I'm gonna stay in right here, predicting the U-turn from this Mienshao, and like you see, he does go for the high jump kick, and my Rotom goes down, and that is very, very, very bad, because Rotom was my best switch in to the Togekiss, which is now looking like a pretty big problem to my team, because it's not weakened enough yet to the point where I can kill it with my Heracross. So yeah, I'm gonna go on my Donphan, and just gonna get at my rocks right here, because I'm not scared what this Mienshao wants to do. And yeah, he brings out this sad Togekiss, like I said, which is a very big annoyance to my team. He brings it in before rocks. And right here, I have to make a decision. What do I want to switch into this Togekiss? He is most likely going for Air Slash, so Celebi is not an option. So my, my Donphan, of course, I need to stay in, because Donphan I need at good health for my Mienshao and the Garchomp, so Donphan staying is not a good option, at least from my point of view. Heracross I can't switch in because it will die, of course, so I could switch in the Latias, but Latias can't touch this thing barring Toxic, because I'm a physical Latias with Dragon Claw and Earthquake, and if he has Dazzling Gleam, I can't win versus this 1v1 either way. So right here, I'm gonna switch it out into my Magena, predicting his Air Slash, which will of course do nothing, and then proceed to scam out with the Flash Cannon, which I said I do not have. But I can scam out with the Flash Cannon and potentially grab some momentum from there. He does go for the Air Slash, and yeah, that does close to no damage at all. And right here, because Dazzling Gleam can't kill him either way, I'm gonna predict the Mew to come in and go for a regular Shadow Ball. Not going for the Z Shadow Ball yet, because wasting that on another launch might switch in, he might just sack something, stuff like that, being scared of the Flash Cannon, so I just go for a regular Shadow Ball right here. But like you can see right here, he actually stays in and goes for the Fire Blast, not even Flamethrower, Fire Blast. So now we know it's, we don't know it's full set, he gets the burn right here, we know it's full set, it's Baton Pass, Fire Blast, Air Slash, and most likely Recovery. Like, there's no way you bring a defensive Togekiss without Recovery. The big problem now is though, because he did stay in, I could not scam out with the Flash Cannon, my Rice-Tickle now dies to everything. My Magena dies to everything, and then it outslows everything. He didn't brought the Registeel, which is the only one I would outspeed with this thing, so I'm gonna sack it right here, and that is a big problem. These two turns around this Togekiss, or not these two turns with my Rotom Heat gone and my Magena gone, got rid of my best defensive check to a lot of his mons and my best offensive mon in this match. So it's looking very dire right here. We are quote-unquote only 2 mons down, but it were some of the most prominent mons versus this team, so it's looking very dire right here. So like I said, he is still not in range of Stone Edge from my Heracross. Should have gone for Dazzling Gleam right there, if but like I said, I predicted him to switch out, and I had to make some play to get back into this game. So that's why I did go for Shadow Ball right there. So I have to go into my Latias. Like I said, I know it's set right now. He has no way, he has no recovery, so I go for a Toxic right here. He indeed does stay in and just goes for for a move which is called Air Slash. There you go, goes for Air Slash. So it's confirmed that there's nothing to really hit my Latias. But like I see, that does not a lot with leftover Scurry. I can easily stall this thing out. So, right here, I will pause it again because I will make another play which you might question why I made this play. So, I could easily recover right here on a switch out or a baton pass or something like that, but I actually want to pull the trigger right here and go for a double toxic predicting the Mew to come in because he does not know yet that I'm a physical Latias. And Psyshock from a leftover Latias actually will kill this Togekiss from there. Or even a Psychic or a Thunderbolt or an Ice Beam, like any coverage move I could have could kill this Togekiss. And I think this Togekiss has still value, because if he brings a Mew, he can default, gets rid of the rocks on his side, because he doesn't really need rocks anymore with my team, because Rotom's already down. And then his Togekiss is still at half health and has a nice switch in versus my Heracross, for example, which he, of course, probably does not know yet that I'm not Choice Scarf, which I can switch on move, but this could be a nice switch into the Mega Horns to close combat, he can roost up and all this good stuff. So I'm gonna predict him to hard switch out right here, not baton passing, because preserving his Togekiss, but like you can see here, he does just go for the baton pass, so I go for a double toxic. It does not work out, and his Togekiss go down. To be truth be told, I couldn't have killed him either way because of my set, but I could have gone for recover right here, which comes into play with this Mages. Get some rocks damage on him. Right here, I will just go for recover, scouting out what kind of Mages this is. If he is Scarfed, he cannot kill me from this range, and I know that. If he is Specs, he cannot kill me at full health. Basically, he can't kill me at full health with any set, but that way I can grab some information, what kind of Mages this is. And from this damage, after he goes for Shadow Ball right here, I'm of course faster, so he's not Scarfed. And he goes for the Shadow Ball, and from this damage I can tell he's either Specs or Expert Belt. He gets to use this for Death Drop, that doesn't really matter because I died to a second Shadow Ball either way. And I will just fire off a Dragon Claw right here, sacking my Latias, basically getting some damage on this from this Mismagius, showing that I'm actually a physically offensive Latias, and that is a very good amount. See, that's why physical Latias actually had some nice matchup versus team, but with Registeel, of course, not that good anymore. And now my Latias is gone. And now I have to make basically another play, try to get back in this game. Like I said, George had the momentum from the start. I'm trying to make plays left and right, trying to get back in this game, but so far George is not allowing that, and that's why. But I can't just say, okay, I can't make any plays anymore. I have to play safe. That's not how I will win this game. And like I said, I need to win this game. Differential is not that important. I need to win this game, so I don't mind winning 1-0, winning only 1-0 through plays than just losing. Going for this small chance to win 1-0 is better for me than just playing recklessly and lose 6-0. Like losing 6-0 doesn't bring me further away from players when losing 1-0, so that's why I will make another play right here, or in general try to make quote-unquote risky plays in this match. So I will right here go into my Heracross, which of course is still in this thing, but since he's not Scarf, but I want to, like I said, in the team builder, I want to bluff the Scarf. I will want to go for the Stone Edge right here, trying to predict the Togekiss to go in and catch that, because I could go for just for the knockoff and then hit the incoming Togekiss or something else, but that would give away that I'm not Scarf. And if I want to win this match still, I need to keep the bluff of that this Tentomon is Scarf. So I'm gonna just go for Stone Edge out here, trying to catch something on the switch, but he does stay in. Now knowingly that I'm not Scarf, and from the damage he knows that I'm Assaulted as well, because so look how I chew that Mystical Fire. This special attack of course doesn't matter. It means 100% the way, but it doesn't matter. I connect the Stone Edge and the Mismagius go down, but my bluff is not working, and my cards, all the cards I had in my hand with winning this match are all crumbling down. I have not many chances, and right here only having Donphan and Celebi left, actually the only chance I have to win is with my Celebi, and that's going to be very difficult versus the mons he has left. Like he has 5 mons left and I have 2, and it's going to be, it's getting bad right here. I just go to my Donphan right here, and I basically lost a lot of hope already in winning actually this match because of some plays I made. I just go for the Earthquake right here, getting a lot of damage on him. He goes for actually misses, and I go for the Earthquake, and this turn is basically a very it's a very nice turn for me, because not only does he miss the Arctic, I crit the Earthquake as well. The crit not being that bad, because after a regular Earthquake it would have been a range for an Ice Shot either way, but because of Aqua Tail miss, I'm back at full health, and this turn showed me something. This turn showed me hope. Because doesn't matter how far behind you are, you can always hex your way through a match. So that's why I'm going for the Ice Shot right here. There's still a shot at winning right here. Like before that turn, I was like, okay, goddammit, I lost, I rolled my playoff stuff. Now there's light, there's hope, there's hope. You can always win through hex. Don't remember the boys. Never give up. There's always, we are playing Pokemon, so there's always a chance to win through hex. Not a nice way, but it's definitely one way. So one way I have to win right here is if he goes into his Mew and he misses the Toxic on my Celebi switch in. He could choke right here and just go for Earthquake or something like that, but I go into my Celebi and I hope he misses the Toxic. So let's see what happens. I go into my Celebi, he goes for the Toxic and he misses! Yes! We are back into this game. Now I have a free sub up. If he goes into his Togekiss, I can potentially call mine up versus this Mon. There is a chance. I can repeatedly call mine versus this Mon because he is defensive. Air Slash won't be too much. So and going into Togekiss is a fair play, sacking that. But he does actually not go into Togekiss. He goes into his Raikou, which is more annoying because Raikou is of course offensive. But if he has the Shadow Ball, not the Single Beam, I can still call mine on this thing and potentially still pull through with my Celebi. Because if his Mons left with Togekiss dies to Ice Shot after Donphan, the Mienshao of course cannot 1v1 my Donphan because it's still at full health because of Echo Tail miss. So I only need Celebi still alive to take on the Mew. But like I see, he has the Signal Beam, so I can't call mine set up on him. But after this call mine, I go from here, I can take a Signal Beam from this Raikou, bar he is Specs. So, there are two scenarios right here. Many scenarios. There are way more scenarios, but there are two in my head. He's either Specs and kills me, or he's not Specs and I can kill him with Earth Power. Bar he's a Sword Vest, then I actually can't kill him with Earth Power, then I would need a crit Earth Power. But like you can see, Hex is there. If there's Hex, there is a way. So I just go for the Earth Power right here. He goes to Single Beam. I'm just hoping, don't be Specs, don't be Specs, don't be Specs, don't be Specs, don't be Specs. He is not Specs! I live on 30 HP, I go for the Earth Power. If he's Scarf, I kill him. If he's Leftovers, I kill him. If he's a Sword Vest, I don't kill him, but I can kill him with a crit, and he's a Sword Vest. So yeah, that's basically the whole game. I think I got a crit. And yeah, my Celebi is going down to the Single Beam right here. I will go after that to a Donphan. I will Earthquake that thing, but then it's Donphan versus the world and I cannot win. So yeah, spoilers! I will lose this match 3-0. He will keep his Raikou in because it's the safest way for him to win this game. And yeah, now seeing that how the game ends gives me some time to talk more about this match in detail and a lot of the plays and all this good stuff. Because I don't need to commentate about that. He goes for HP Ice, I go for Earthquake, he goes to Mew, and then Toxic starts me to death. So that's what's gonna happen. So, what the big things which caused this game to go so bad? Like it was a pretty convincing win from George. I tried to make a lot of risky plays, they never worked out in my favor. And yeah, the plays he made definitely worked out in his favor. So one big thing is of course that he did not brought the Registeel. He brought a very... Like, not bringing Registeel sounds like such a small thing, but Registeel is a pure Steel type and was free of my Mons. If that, he doesn't really, let's say Magiana not really, because RC Focus Blast do a lot, and I could run Z moves on that. He was two of my Mons. He was Neolego and Ladias, which are two very good Mons on my team. I mean, these are two of my top 3 picks in the draft format. So, preparing for Registeel is a big thing, of course, because the opponent will always prepare for my most offensive threats. So the sets I brought were for a team with Registeel, like my Celebi, for example, like my Ladias and all this good stuff, but he did not brought it. So that did hurt, but that of course not everything. Other thing were that it started with the play with my Rotom Heat. Basically second Rotom Heat versus the Mienshao was a bad play. Like I said, of course, in narration, I just said it was a bad play because I didn't want to spoil all that happens, but it was a bad play. I should have just switched out into something, be it my Ladias, because he didn't have Entei. I could have just switched into Ladias. If he got for a U-turn, I mean, he would have kept momentum up, which would have been bad, but losing my Rotom was way worse. Sadly, it wasn't really a nice switch into the Togekiss because he has Baton Pass. You could always just Baton Pass on my switch into Rotom Heat, but either way, I still needed that Mon. I still needed my Rotom Heat. I could have gotten in on a free switch. I could have gotten rid of the rocks and all this good stuff. So yeah, Rotom Heat was a very important Mon, and then with my Magiana starting to scale out, that was basically I could have probably gone to my Ladias there once again, because even though if he had Dazzling Gleam, Ladias was not that important than my Magiana. I should have gone to Ladias right there, still going for Toxic, and probably would have found out that he can't hit me and all this good stuff, because Magiana was my main way of winning this game, and I tried to make a play once again, trying to get back into this game, but while trying to get recklessly back into this game, I basically got further down the hole. If that makes sense. I was desperate. I can really say that in the game. I was pretty desperate to get back in the game because I knew this game was very important for me, and I had to make something happen because you saw the first few turns. Him Baton passing around with Togekiss worked out way too well out in his favor, and he was keeping the momentum up, and I knew from the start, if the match keeps going like this, I have no chance of winning. Like, I have no chance of winning if he keeps the momentum up like this. So, the match ends right here. I could have won potentially if I gotten like 2 Earthquake crits in a row, something like that. But yeah, I can see that didn't happen. There's the picture. But yeah, that is the match. We lost 3-0, I think. Yeah, 3-0. Like I said, very nice played by George. Like last time, I don't agree with his team building, but he definitely did play very well. So I can't take that away from him. Team building questionable, but playing very well. So that worked out very nice in his favor. Like I said, I don't know if George is confirmed for playoffs yet, and I don't know recording this, the result of the Gator match, so I might still have a shot mathematically. But either way, I lost 3-0 and I'm basically out of playoffs barring a miracle happens. And I'm not building on a miracle. I am going into this last week with Tup, just trying to at least get a 6-6 record, not going out into a losing record out of the season. In general, for this season, I can tell it was a very fun one. I basically had everything in the season. I had chokes on my part, I had Hex wins from me, I had Hex losses from me, I had a timeout win actually for the first time, which it's nothing to be proud of, but it happened. I had some very nice matches where I was ahead the whole time. I had some very bad matches where I was not ahead the whole time. I had some matches that should have won. A very, very up and down season. People in the Power Rankings call it the last syndrome, where I win one, lose one. But yeah, many things could have won different. I'm not too mad about the season. Like, there are a few plays I'm mad about. Like, mainly the game last week is what bugs me the most. If I would have won that, I would have been in a way better position. I could have won with his Chimpact if I would have been Spectrap and Magiana better, but we already talked about that. And yeah, I will talk more about all the matches in the GBA recap. Now for the last match versus Tup, I just go in there trying to get a very nice differential, going 6-6 into the season as well. And like I said, if I get a very high win, there's like this chance still, but like I said, I'm not building on that. Like, I'm not trying to 6-0 Tup desperately with like only offensive ones or something like that. I will go in there trying to win as high as possible, but of course I'm not desperate. I need to win 6-0, something like that. But yeah, that's all from me. That's all for the match. Definitely check out George for his side of the match. Definitely watch his team builder to see if he predicted me actually to not bring Neolego, not bring his Revenge Seal, or was just coincidence and he, I don't know. Definitely watch his side to find that out. I will definitely do that. Watch his side of the match, of course, as well. And yeah, I will see you another time. Ciao.